Hey Internet, Eric here. Ass Kicking August continues. Nothing but action movies being discussed on this channel this month. And we got an interesting one today. Last video I made was on 1995's Mortal Kombat. Love that movie. Still a lot of fun today. Let's jump ahead 2 years and discuss Mortal Kombat Annihilation. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. Oh boy! As I said, we jump ahead 2 years. This came out in 1997. Basic plot of this one is it starts right when the first movie ended. Liu Kang has defeated Shang Tsung, and Shao Kahn and his army have invaded Earthrealm, and he is going to take over it and merge both Earthrealm and Outworld together. It is up to Liu Kang. The survivors of the first film, Liu Kang, well, some of the survivors of the first film, Liu Kang, Lord Raiden, Katana, who I didn't mention in the first film because she really didn't have, or in the previous video because she didn't have much of a role, Sonya Blade, and the help of some others, because there's a shit ton of characters here, they get together to try to stop Shao Kahn and his army. Oh boy, this is an interesting one. It's definitely one of those so bad it's good, but it's also so bad it's bad. First off, let's get to the characters. Robin Shaw is still great as Liu Kang. He's still got his charm. He's still got his skills. I mean, it's only been 2 years. So everything I said in the previous video, he still got. We have Christopher Lambert has been replaced by James Remar as Lord Raiden. No attempt at an accent, which is good. He is. I think I like James Remar more because he's in this a lot more. He still has a goofy fucking wig, which is, I think, halfway through the movie. I think James Remar talked to the director. He's like, "Can I take this fucking thing off?" Eventually, he does get a haircut, and like when he joins the team officially to help fight, he gets a haircut. They make reference to it, and he looks a lot better. But I like him. I've always loved James Remar, whether it's the Warriors or anything. I see him in even bit parts. Dexter. He was great as in Dexter. He's good here. Definitely not him doing the martial arts. You can definitely see it is a double if you look closely. Talisa Soto. She was Katana in the previous movie. She's back as Katana. I didn't mention her in the last video because she didn't have much to do. She has more to do here. She actually gets in some fights. She's decent. She doesn't have a lot of. She's not a great actress. From what I've seen her in the Mortal Kombat films and Vampirella, she's hired because she looks pretty. Kind of like what I said about Bridget Wilson in the last movie. Speaking of, Bridget Wilson is not in this one, thank God. We have an upgrade when it comes to Sonya, both in looks and the acting department. This Sonya has a personality, and it's not just, I'm angry, blah, blah, blah. I like her interaction with Jax. I like her interaction with everybody in this movie. She's no fucking thespian, you know what I mean? But she has some personality, and I think she does a really good job. Johnny Cage. It's not Lyndon Ashby, and he's killed within 5 minutes, if that. And that's a great way to start the film, in my opinion, is you show that all bets are off. So that's it. Who else do I have? Okay, let's get the good acting out of the way. We have Night Wolf. He is played by Lightfoot. Night Wolf is a Native American character. He's played by Lightfoot, who was the Indian in the Indian in the Cupboard, or Native American, in the Indian in the Cupboard. He is in this for 5 minutes to teach Liu Kang about his animality. He's just there to give some bouts of wisdom and try to test him. He looks cool in the outfit. I'll give him that. Any other good characters? Jax. Jax is decent for being an American Gladiator. He was Saber when they brought that back. He's there with his metal arms, and he's there just to be tough and throw punches. He does his job. Anybody else that is worth mentioning for a good reason? No. Let's get to the bad, which is pretty much everybody else in this fucking movie. The actor who plays Shao Kahn. It's the same guy who played the villain in Cobra, and it's a laundry day, nothing clean, right? Thug from Terminator. Awful. Awful. And you can't just blame the script because the dialogue in this film is fucking trash. But it's also his performance. You know what I mean? And it's also the director's fucking fault too, because it's just like, hey, he could be like, hey, Shao Kahn, dude, that when you say it is glorious, The director could have been like, dude, that fucking sucked. Tone it down a little bit. Didn't, but Shao Kahn fucking sucks. The woman who plays, I don't know, Katana's mom. I can't. Sindel. Sindel. She looks like the character. She is also got some of the worst lines and some of the worst line delivery that you've probably ever heard. Whether aside from doing an evil laugh, Katana says, "Mother, you're alive," and then she's trying to Lesotho trying to emote. So the actress playing Sindel, she's like, "Too bad you will die." It's just, I mean, they're trying to be intense and menacing, and they just come off as eye rolling and fucking stupid. Who else is there? Jade. Jade is there to somewhat teach Liu Kang stuff, and then she joins the Shao Kahn's army, and she just kind of talks like this, and she emotes just like this, and she's got that one breathy voice, and she's just it's like if William Shatner is trying to talk and he can't catch his breath. Awful. Who else is there? You have Shao Kahn's father, who is the head. He's part of one of the high council, I guess you would fucking say, of these elementals that are the ones that do the rules. I guess you would say they write the rules. The whole 10 straight victories, you can conquer Earthrealm type of thing. He's stupid. He sucks. The rest of the characters don't really have acting. There is Melina, who shows up. Really good fight with Sonya. But she doesn't talk. Her face is covered with a mask. But it's two hot chicks fighting in the mud. And you have, even Jax even looks at Sonya and says, "You look good in mud." And she, "Jax," they have a good rapport. So you have Melina, she's okay. You have Cyrax, and you have Cyrax, I think, is the two robots, the red and the yellow. Okay? And it's a really cool nod to the third game where you have one of the robots. I think Cyrax is the yellow one. He's fighting Sonya and Jax when Sonya's trying to wake up Jax after he's got his arm implants. And something happens. I think he gets hit with acid or something. He turns red, so he turns into the red robot. That's a great fight scene. The fight scenes here are great. Even though I said the acting is trash for the most part. Fight scenes are good. There is not a bad fight. Well, okay. There is almost not a bad fight in this whole movie. The fight between the robots and Sonya is great. Who else do we have? Okay, we have Shiva. Shiva is a female, whatever the fuck Goro is, with the four arms. It's a woman, and she has 2 arms and 2 CGI arms. The CGI is pretty bad. I mean, at least it's a real person instead of the animatronic Muppet that we got with Goro. But she doesn't do anything. I mean, this is your opportunity. You have someone who can move around and fight, right? And it's somebody who is it's a character that's the same fucking creature that Goro is. All right, we can get something that we couldn't do 2 years earlier. Bad, somewhat CGI or not, we can get a great opportunity. So what happens after Liu Kang has just defeated Baraka? She comes. She's like, they're in this fucking castle, and Katana has been held prisoner. She's in this fucking giant bird cage looking fucking thing. And after Liu Kang defeats Baraka, we're going to fucking talk about that. She jumps in. She's like, "Okay, now it's my turn, blah, blah, blah." And then the fucking bird cage lands on her and kills her. That's fucking it. That's it. Waste of it. You got Motaro, who is like this... Not Cerberus. Cerberus is a 3-headed dog. What is that creature where you're like the human body and like the bull, the human like torso and face, and you got the bull body? He's that type of thing. He looks cool, but he doesn't really do much. He gets into a fight with Jax. Not much. And then you got Baraka. Baraka was the one we all loved. And, he's like this gigantic monster with razor sharp teeth. Looks ugly. He's got these giant blades that come out of his hands or like at the top of his wrist like Wolverine. And we find out he's in this movie. And he looks awful. Now, a lot of times I've said like these costumes like in like bad horror movies, they look like Spirit of Halloween stuff because they're cheap. This isn't even fucking Spirit of Halloween. Whoever got the Baraka costume. There's no way this is fucking makeup, because if it is, that dude should have been fired right away and banned from fucking Hollywood. Baraka is wearing a mask and he's wearing these fucking plastic arms, these rubber arms, and like I said, it's not Spirit of Halloween. This is like October 30th, and you're in Kmart, and it's you have to pick the last fucking thing on the rack. It's the mask doesn't even really stay on his face. You can tell it droops. The arms are so loose. He looks awful. He looks so ridiculous. The fight between him and Liu Kang is interesting. He's up on like the top of that area with the bird cage that fucking Katana was in. He's swinging back and forth, on this chain trying to slice Liu Kang. And Liu Kang just beats the shit out of him. And like he gets caught up in he gets rolled up in a chain and he literally falls down, unravels. Like when like those shades that you pull, you know what I mean? And then you let go and they just flip up and they go. This is like him in reverse. It's like fucking Looney Tunes. Like he was Wile E. Coyote and he gets thrown in the fire. Fucking dumb. This movie is just so absurd. How do you get from one place to another? You go underground, you get in these big giant cage balls that are ripped. Like literally, these are the fucking things in American Gladiators. You know what I mean? Where you had the gladiators in these big giant cage balls and they're trying to chase everybody. That was fucking dumb. Scorpion's back. I guess he, after Johnny Cage killed him in his own hell dimension, he can't die type of thing. So he comes back and he's fighting Liu Kang. Liu Kang isn't surprised at all that the guy I found out Johnny Cage killed, yesterday is now back, and he kidnaps Katana and he's gonna kill everybody. And in comes flying literally like fucking Peter Pan, comes Sub-Zero. And he's literally like in a pose like this. And he's freezing. I think he freezes one of the robots. Smoke. Maybe that was what it was. And because it was a decent fight scene between Smoke and Liu Kang. I'm Sub-Zero. But I killed you. No, he was my brother. Now that's part of the lore, but that's it. Liu Kang's like, okay. So this dude, like I said, flies in like Peter Pan, freezes a robot, and that's it. The problem with this movie is there's so many characters are pulling, and they just show up and then they either get killed, like the robots, or, again, freeze somebody and disappear. Scorpion shows up, his claw, like his little harpoon thing, remember in the first movie, a slit in his hand is there, and it opens, you have this thing that's alive. Now he's got like 3 snakes or something. It's fucking dumb. The animality thing, so fucking stupid. Video games are over the top, so you have to accept that. And there are fatalities. Fatalities are your finishing move where you kill somebody. If you don't know the Mortal Kombat lore, an animality is where you'll turn into an animal and kill your opponent. Like Liu Kang turned into a gigantic green dragon, bit the guy in half, turns back into Liu Kang. That type of thing. So he goes to Nightwolf and he's fighting like a giant wolf. And the bad CGI morphs into Nightwolf. Nightwolf does the training, blah, blah, blah. Finds your animality. And we get teases of it, like when Liu's training, his face turns green. He gets like the reptile eyes. But we have the final fight. We have the final fucking fight of it's Raiden versus Shao Kahn, Jax versus Motaro. Sonya is fighting Ermac. Ermac is just some dude who's dressed like Scorpion, but his colors are orange. I mean, I don't know his backstory. It doesn't fucking matter. Katana is fighting Sindel, and it's no, wait, did I say? It's Liu Kang fighting Shao Kahn because Shao Kahn killed Raiden. It's fucking confusing, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, they're fighting each other, and they both get their animality. So Liu Kang, instead of turning into the stereotypical Japanese or Chinese dragon that we've seen before and from the game, he turned into this really bad, fat, ugly-looking monstrosity with little baby wings, taking on Shao Kahn, who morphs into this gigantic, awful-looking purple Hydra. And they fight like, like when wrestlers don't know how to fight and they don't know what they're going on, they're just kind of grappling. It's stupid. awful. And the effect is so bad. Like literally, when Shao Kahn is going to turn into his Hydra thing, his head stretches and his mouth agapes. Oh, so he looks like a fucking cone head. Awful. Um, what else, man? Like this is a bad movie. I mean, a lot of the action is great. The action is great when Raiden, non James Remar, and you can tell by the wig, when non James Remar is fighting three reptiles, I think. Great fight scene again. Melina versus Melina versus Sonya. Great fight. The fights are so good, and then you have the great fights mixed in with all this stupid bullshit. Finding out Shao Kahn and Raiden are brothers. He's my brother. You know, that type of emo. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Um, and then there's this happy-go-lucky ending. We think Raiden's gonna die. He's brought back to life. Everyone's happy. Yay. Stupid. Uh, but it serves its purpose if you want a bad action movie. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Not a good follow-up to the original. Problem is, despite the really good fight scenes, there's too many characters. You don't give a lot of characters enough backstory or us to get to know them. Baraka looks atrocious. You fucked up with the female Goro. The acting is so fucking bad. And I'm not talking about, no, these are people that have acted in movies before. You know, what's his nuts? Who is Shao Kahn? He's been in movies before. He's been a lead villain before against Stallone. He sucks. This chick who plays Sindel, I know she's got a career. She had a career. There's no excuse for being how bad she is. Um, like I said, Talisa Soto, she's hired for her looks. She's not awful, but that also could be because maybe she's like, that ugly person that, you stand next to make yourself look better. She's a better actress because she's working with these two chuds, when it comes to acting. It's, I don't know. You know what? I've watched this one a long time ago when I was a kid. I watched this a lot a long time ago when I was younger. Watching it now, it's rough. It's rough. Again, it's not awful. I've seen a lot fucking worse, like all those fucking shark movies Patrick made me watch. But again, it's like, the ugly friend that you're standing next to. This isn't so bad compared to something that's worse. Great fight scenes. It's good to see Robin show again. You got an improvement, better Sonya. Some of the special effects look good. Some of the green screens look crap. I'm going 50-50 with this. This was tough. This was disappointing. Actually kind of sad. Something that I liked previously and now is just kind of dropped. So, do I recommend it? Maybe. But not right after watching the original. So, that's it. Whew. That's disappointing. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the bell. Comment below. Am I being too harsh on this? Do you love all the bad stuff that I just said is in this movie? Have I convinced you to see this movie because it's so bad? Do you wish that they gave Lightfoot more to do? I really liked hitting in the cupboard. Anyways, comment below. Thumbs up. All that jazz. Coming up next, I'm finally going to discuss the Marine. The Last Dragon. I found a Hulk Hogan movie on Tubi, and it's not like Suburban Commando or Mr. Nanny. It's an actual action movie. What else am I gonna do? Steven Seagal, maybe I'll throw him in there. Anyways, like and subscribe. See, I got nothing else to say. This movie has ruined me. Fucking cheers. I'm done. Can't say anymore. Cheers.